After NASA's successful Artemis 1 mission in November 2022, Artemis 2 is getting closer and approaching to liftoff, and this time they are going to send 4 astronauts to travel around our satellite neighbor, the Moon, and back to Earth. All the journey is going to take about 10 days. The Space Launch System rocket, abbreviated SLS, and Orion spacecraft on top of it, had been successfully transferred from the Vehicle Assembly Building in Florida to Launchpad 39B at Kennedy Space Center on Saturday, January 17, 2026. The rocket's rollout means that NASA is preparing it for the launch in the coming weeks. NASA has set multiple dates to fire up the rocket and dispatch astronauts to this historic and extraordinary voyage. These dates are between February 6 and no later than the end of April 2026. Confronting with issues, however, can delay the launch of the rocket and postpone it to the later dates than February 6. That's why NASA has selected multiple dates between the first launch date and the last one, by the end of April 2026. These problems can range from unfavorable weather conditions, technical and mechanical issues, to the alignment of the Sun, Moon, and Earth. Before the launch, NASA will test the rocket and its readiness to send astronauts to the lunar trip. In order to do that, the SLS rocket would go through a test called wet dress rehearsal. During the test, more than 700,000 gallons of cryogenic propellants, which equals to more than 2.6 million liters, will be loaded in the rocket. Then they would perform countdown operations, which includes set of phases and procedures leading to launch of the rocket. These will be performed without the astronauts. The wet dress rehearsal aims to detect and resolve the fueling and timing issues before they could be able to send astronauts to their around the moon journey. Any difficulty and problem arising during the rehearsal could lead to more delays. On the launch date, 4 astronauts will board Orion spacecraft to depart for their lunar expedition. Astronauts Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch from the United States and Jeremy Hansen from Canadian Space Agency will travel to the far side of the moon. SLS rocket produces 8.8 million pounds of thrust in order to accelerate towards space. About 2 minutes in the rocket's journey, 2 boosters, which produce 75% of the SLS thrust, will be separated from the rocket's core stage. The core stage's RS-25 engines then continue to carry the Orion spacecraft into the space. The engines will shut down after 8 minutes in journey, and interim cryogenic propulsion stage and Orion separate from core stage. Afterwards, Orion's 4 solar arrays will be expanded, charging its batteries for the trip to the moon and back. After Orion and ICPS orbiting Earth for 90 minutes, the engine of rocket's upper stage or ICPS will fire up to push Orion to high Earth orbit. Orion and ICPS stay in orbit to let Artemis 2 crew and mission control in Houston to perform 24-hour systems check to make sure everything works perfectly, while astronauts are in proximity of the Earth. Thereafter, Orion spacecraft will separate from upper stage while they are in high Earth orbit. After separation, Orion goes through demonstration stage, collecting important and vital data, such as life support, communications, and navigation in order to ensure Orion and crew are ready for their journey ahead. Orion performs translunar injection burn after about 23 hours. Orion will be pushed out of the Earth orbit for its 4-day trip to around the far side of the moon. During their voyage, astronauts continue to check different systems in Orion and practice emergency procedures such as testing their radiation shelter. Orion spacecraft travels about 4,600 miles or 7,400 kilometers beyond the moon and reach lunar far side, the side of the moon that is not visible from Earth. When Artemis 2 crew mission are on the far side, they start to take images and analyzing them and document and record information and data as much as possible. Orion spacecraft then moves towards Earth using our planet's gravity and free return trajectory, making a fuel-efficient 4-day trip to Earth. Before entering the Earth atmosphere, Orion's crew module separates from the service module to ensure that Orion is properly oriented. 12 thrusters starting to activate at the altitude of about 75 miles or 120 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Then Orion crew module's heat shield will be exposed before entering into Earth's atmosphere. Orion spacecraft reaches the speed of approximately 25,000 miles per hour or about 40,000 kilometers during re-entry. Heat shield protects Orion crew module from extreme temperatures. It burns off in a controlled manner until the crew module passes the atmosphere. In order to slow Orion spacecraft's descent, 11 parachutes are used in a sequential manner to decrease the Orion's speed to about less than 20 miles or 32 kilometers per hour to be able to safely splash down in the Pacific Ocean near California coast just after 16 minutes of entering Earth's atmosphere. After a splashdown, recovery teams from US Navy, Air Force and NASA come to astronauts' help and safely bring them back to the land. Artemis 2 mission's success will improve and change humanity's understanding about space exploration. The 4 astronauts get fundamental and crucial knowledge from their lunar voyage, and they will share this information and data they collected during the trip with their fellow colleagues and researchers in order to form a better grasp about the reality, obstacles, and challenges that come along traveling in space and particularly the moon. Better understanding of these aspects can help future Artemis missions to be planned and performed more accurately and reliably.